We're not done yet. We gotta do the ramble. We're doing the ramble at the end. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Kim back with another video. So in today's educational series, we're going to be talking about the things that you need to know about wig making. But before we get into the video, you guys know what I ask. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning supporter, thank you for coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, just so that you can know when I post new videos. I feel as though I've been getting good feedback, and when I say good feedback, I feel as though you guys are enjoying the content. It's getting a lot of views. So I'm going to continue on this educational series. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into the educational portion of it first. And then we're going to talk about all the other stuff afterwards, because I feel like I'll be losing y'all. I don't know if I'll be losing y'all, but maybe in the back of my mind. So just, I want to say like 4 really important tips when it comes to wig making, right? I'm going to call this wig making 101. So cap for longevity. I'm going to put a picture up here on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to also give examples of caps. Now, more recently, I've been making wigs. I just recently made this one for one of my VIP clients. So this one here, the one that's on here, is for the same person. And I'm going to show you guys when I say cap, what I mean, right? Now, I know a lot of wig makers, not judging anybody, what works best for whoever it works for, but that doesn't work for me. I prefer like more of like a stretch cap. Look at the stitch work. Stitch work is pretty. But I prefer more of like a stretch cap. So I'll use this, or I'll use like, see how I'm unprepared? Or this is my preferred cap. But what I've noticed here lately is that I'm having a hard time finding it the way I need to find it for a closure wig. Like I find it for frontal wigs, but I can't find it for a closure. But this is the cap that I prefer. And the reason for that is like I know over time, a lot of the other cap constructions, they kind of like break down and wear away, whereas those won't. Now, this does give me a little bit more flexibility in terms of like stretch. Like let me start over, right? I need for the cap to be able to stretch and not like wear away. Like elasticity wise, it just, I don't know, it just works the best. So the very first wig that I got, even before I started buying wigs from Freedom Couture, had that same kind of cap construction, and it just lasted really, really well. So I just knew once I started making wigs for myself and even for other people, that was a cap construction that I went with. Now, I don't really want to be making wigs. If you want me to make a wig, it's $250. Obviously, you provide the hair, or you pay for the hair if you're getting it from me. That's the rate. Also, with that said, I don't even know how to make small medium wigs. Like anything else is like a reach. I've tried. I only have, this is a medium cap. I don't want to be in the business of making wigs, but if I have to make it, I will. But a medium is all I have, and a medium is all I'm willing to buy. I know that sounds terrible, but it is what it is. So the closure wig that I have here is a wig cap that I got. Now, I got this from Shein. I'm going to leave my Amazon link down below, because you can get these on Amazon as well. Only thing with Shein is that they don't list the sizes, which kind of makes it hard. So if you're going to be making your own wig, just be mindful of that. Obviously, they're significantly cheaper. I've bought from Shein and from Amazon depending in like the time frame depending on the time frame that I need it in, because obviously, you know, Amazon you'll get it in a couple days, whereas Shein it might be a couple weeks. But yeah, so this is the cap construction that I like, or that I have no choice but to like, but kind of the same setup as this whole dome, not dome cap, I don't know what it's called, but this is my preference. But since I'm having a hard time finding that in the closure portion, I use this because it kind of gives the same thing. There's actually the nets or whatever it is in the back is a little bit bigger. But yeah, I'm not a fan of using a dome cap to make a wig. Again, whatever works best for whoever it works for, that's on them. It's just not my preference, because I'm just worried about like longevity. Like if I make a wig for somebody, I want to know that it's gonna last them years, because why not, right? Where it's an investment. The next thing I wanted to talk about, we gotta go back to the notes, lose track, are the combs. So I think combs are important, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos. If you haven't checked out any of the other episodes in this series, make sure you go ahead and do so. I don't know where I get them from like eBay sometimes. Clearly I'm not prepared. I thought I was prepared. I just thought mentioning them, but I want to also be able to show you guys as well. And I guess I wasn't prepared to show you. I got combs. Let's go to commercial break. That didn't take long. All right, they were sitting there, but I bought them, and these are the combs. Now, I have searched for alternatives. There are plastic options, but the plastic options are kind of square off at the tip. And main reason I wear wigs is to have it be the ultimate protective style. Like you guys know, before I cut my hair, I don't know if you guys know, but I cut my hair. It was like 18, 19 inches. But I had lost a lot of hair from postpartum shedding. But the main reason for me getting my hair the main way I was able to get my hair that long, sorry, there's a lot going on in this head and I'm sleep deprived. The main way I was able to get my hair to grow that long and grow that long healthy is from protective styling and from wearing wigs. Now, there's a few key things that I feel like make a difference. Obviously, wearing glueless, having combs that are like a little bit rounded so that they don't like rip your hair out. Don't mind that, child. But combs are also an important. I gotta slow down. I'm talking faster than my brain can keep up with me. But they are an important part of wig making. The other thing that I wanted to mention is the thread. So I don't know if you guys, I know the typical weaving thread is this, which is fine. You know, it's fine because we don't want it to rip your hair out. So it being a little bit thicker, a little bit softer is perfect. However, for when you're making a wig, what is with me in the grammar? However, when you're making a wig, I don't recommend that. So this is what I use, right? I use Coats and Clark's upholstery thread. This thing is strong. Now, what might happen is that it might unravel, but it's not. I don't even know how I came up with this thread or how I found it, but I've been using it for years and it works. It's not expensive, but it's expensive. But ultimately, you get what you're paying for. I'm not using weaving thread. I'm not using regular thread. I'm using upholstery thread when I'm making a wig because I need to make sure that it's like on there. So that's one really important thing. Elastic band. They're gonna dig up in this drawer again. Because again, I am not prepared. So sad. So obviously I mentioned to you guys the elastic band that I use. It's 1 inch. Anything more than an inch is too much. The adjustable ones, however they adjust, I don't like them. I've tried it. I just think a regular elastic band. Now these will wear out, which is completely normal. But the thread on them, I'm gonna try to get up close so you guys can see. Ooh, child, my hand is ashy. But good quality elastic bands, and like not one that feels like thin and like flimsy because it'll just wear out a little bit faster. Have been there myself. Not any that I personally bought to use. You know what I mean? Not any that I personally buy to use. Ones that just kind of came on like maybe like AliExpress wigs and it just weren't the best quality. So thick. I don't want to say I'll try to leave the link down below because I did recently just buy like 3 big rolls of elastic because it's just something over time I'm gonna need. And I realized that a lot of the stuff that you used to get from some of these Chinese companies, the quality is not the same. The price has gone up. So when I find something that I like, I just buy it in bulk. So I'm gonna show you. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Y'all are really gonna think I'm crazy because it's like, who needs this much elastic, right? Judgment free zone. I got 3. And again, because I really had a hard time seeing the quality. See how it's like, you see how it's thick? So once I find something that I like, they had 3, I just bought all 3 because I have a feeling I'm gonna get more into making wigs, even though I really don't want to be making wigs, as I already advertised that I would. And like I mentioned to you guys before, there's some things that I will spend money on, like elastic band, good quality combs, good quality thread, good hair products. But I ain't spending it on no packaging though. Y'all gonna get this recycled Amazon package. It's gonna be packaged real nice on the inside, but I'm not. Why would I buy packaging when I have so much from all the years of spending money on Amazon? Like, it has to make sense. And again, whatever works for whoever it works for, but I just can't justify it. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Okay, so another really important thing that I do when I'm making my wigs is I don't cut the wefts. I've started to do it for the very last track at the top. I do have videos on my channel. It's been a while. The process hasn't changed. If I can find them, I'll link them down below. But I do have videos on my channel showing you guys how I don't cut the wefts. Now, I do have this wig here that I just made with curly hair. Now, the frontal is from my latest vendor. I did bleach the knots, and the bundles are from the vendor before that. I'm gonna try to find it so I can show you guys what I do. I don't even know what I call this, but I just like came up with it because the more you cut the wefts, the more the hair is gonna shed. So I probably only cut at the very top, the last track, and that's only because I really wanted track weft, you know what I mean? I really just wanted to lay as flat as possible. But I'm gonna try to find, maybe not on this wig because I ain't trying to mess these curls up. These curls are really, really popping. But it's the same across the board for any wigs that I make. Should I just show y'all? I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. So I'll hold it here and here with pins, right? Hopefully y'all can see this because I'm not doing a good job. I'll take the excess in the middle and pin it and fold it. Now, is it lumpy there? Yes. So I'll fold it. I'm doing a terrible job. Stitch. Hopefully this video's up by Sunday. I'm gonna try to show you, because obviously I'm still making this wig, but I'll try to put a little clip if I can up here so you guys can see what I mean, but I think you get what I'm saying. So hold it in the middle with some pins and then fold and then stitch and stitch and stitch, and it ends up looking like this in the middle. You barely feel it, but it keeps me from having to cut the tracks, and it also gets to my last point. I sew my wigs by hand. So sewing the wigs by hand takes about 5 hours. I don't know if I'm ever really gonna sew it by machine, and I know people do. I just feel as though it's more, I'm sure I can pick it up if I tried. I feel as I'm able to more control everything that way. Also, I think it'll probably make it a little bit easier for the fact that I do not cut the wefts. So those are my tips. For wig making. If you guys have found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're not done yet. We gotta do the ramble. We're doing the ramble at the end. Now, don't laugh at the braids, right? Y'all, I'm so excited about this wig. I'm like a kid in a candy store when it comes to wig. I don't know what I just recently did. Just recently cut this hole right here. I don't know if you guys remember. Comb placement is really important, so I put one here, and obviously it's really, really hard to go through the stocking caps. I'm like, let me just cut it because it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to get into, which I almost kind of forgot about, is placement of the elastic band. So when you are making a frontal wig, placement of the elastic band is key to ensure that it's going to sit flat. So you kind of want to sit it, this is probably a little bit too far down, but maybe like a little bit higher up here. So it kind of pulls it. Let's see if I can show you guys what I mean. So it kind of pulls it so that you have a frontal wig that's now glueless. Now this is dirty. It needs to be washed. So it may not sit properly, and it has like glue and stuff on it. But had it not had any of that and the elastic band wasn't worn, see how when I pull it, how this lays flat? So placement of your elastic band also makes a difference on if your frontal wig is going to lay glueless. So that's that with that. I'm gonna show this wig. Sorry, kidding candies. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I might be in this outside. Look at that. I'm so proud of how much I have like stepped up in terms of like customization for like lace. One, look at this hair. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this. Is a lot of hair for me. Like I was tempted, like I'll take some out. Like it's a lot of hair. However, and I like how full this frontal is. Can we get into that? 13x6 from my vendor. Now, I didn't test the frontal to see if the hair was like dyed or not. It does look really dark, so I want to put that out there. But y'all, can we get into my plucking game? Shout out to my girl April Faces, because I did her method, like wet it and like slick it back. If you want to make plucking easy, wet it. That was like the biggest thing for me. It took me like 30 minutes to pluck this. Like, look at the hairline. Look how natural it looks. I did bleach it. And then I also, like, I use purple shampoo. That's another thing. If you don't want your knots to look brassy, purple shampoo. But I'm so excited. I'm going to put an elastic band here so that it can be glueless. I'm probably going to install it. But look, y'all, look at... Oh. I told y'all, frontal or closure wig. If you want me to make it, reach out. You can email me, bundles by Kim's Life Vlog. I am not a professional. I am OCD, and I do like to set proper expectations, so I would not put myself out there if I didn't feel comfortable doing something for someone. But look at that, y'all. Look at that. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I've really come a long way in terms of like making sure like the hairline is like customizable. Now I didn't go too far down here, so it might look a little bit thicker because like I mentioned earlier, I can only do like small medium wigs, and I know I'm gonna have to cut some of this off, which is gonna hurt me because y'all know how I feel about cutting hair. However, it is 100% necessary. Um, but yeah, like look at this. Flat. And like I said, on all of my wigs, I do that roll method in the middle because at some point in time the weft runs out, and I like for it to be even, so I like to always make sure there's enough hair, or the same amount of hair is on the left. It's the same, like when I say I'm really OCD, same amount of hair is on the left, on the right, especially with me not cutting the wefts. And same way I sewed on the left side, like if I flip it over here, I'm gonna flip, like I'm probably a little bit too OCD, but that's probably a good thing because you just know that whatever you get from me, you're getting, you know, what I would accept for myself. So yeah, that yeah, even I say all that to say, even with this being flipped in the middle, do you see any extra bulkiness? I mean, obviously the hair has volume, but do you see any extra bulkiness in the back? And that stands true even with my straight wigs. So it's not anything to do with, hey, you know, it's only like that because the hair has some volume, the hair is curled. No, it's the same way on my straight wigs. Has a natural bump. I do that with every single wig that I make. So if you guys have stayed tuned, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications. But yeah, let me wrap up this video looking cute. That wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.